This slide is the result of a survey on predictive maintenance that I did early last year. And it is consistent with all of the other surveys, end-user surveys that ARC has done in the asset lifecycle management domain. And it proves that improving uptime or reducing downtime is the leading cause for practicing asset performance management. And as in our other surveys, these are closely followed by reduced maintenance costs, reduced operational costs, and reducing risks. So if we think about it, if you take the other side of that improving uptime coin and have it to reduce downtime, it's all about reductions. So asset performance management is not something new. It's been performed for the last 20 years or more, 20 to 25, but it is evolving. And not so much the sensor technologies that have evolved, but it's the software that we use to control them and get the data to make our decisions that really has evolved more than the sensors themselves. However, I do believe that going forward, as we get to the industrial Internet of Things and it really takes off, we are going to be having a whole lot more sensors, in which case they're going to have to be low cost, they're going to be MEMS and nanotechnology and all of that stuff as we progress. But they're going to have to be inexpensive to enable the number that we're going to, that is envisioned, shall we say, as the Internet of Things. So we've moved from assets to the most critical, to necessary, and all the way down the list, and you can read that as well as I can, and I won't bore you with that. So when we talk about, anybody here not familiar with the term? I'm sure you've heard it 1,000 times already this week. No? Yes? Good. Industrial Internet of Things. It's going to be big, but this is how ARC sees it. We're talking really about connectivity. That's what's the enabler of the industrial Internet of Things. But it's applications and analytics and platforms and devices and connectivity and all of these things in the inside circle so that we can manage the life cycle of our assets as well as our business processes. And it's going to be a transformation in the way that we conduct business. And all of these things, the connected enterprise is going to change. Instead of calling someone from service or your supplier for service, they're going to know just by monitoring your machine that it needs service. We're going to have connected products and machines and workers and the supply chain as well. So it's going to be very in-depth, and the train has left the station. And if you're not already on it, you're behind the times already. So I suggest that you start planning your strategy now, because it will change the way that we do business and how we change plant maintenance and operations as well. So the short answer to the question is yes, and how that will actually look in the end is truly anyone's guess, but our vision is that it will put more emphasis on remote access to connected machines and other devices to enable incremental business improvements, the potential to incrementally improve unplanned downtime through remote asset monitoring by internal or external service and operations personnel is really what we see as the primary business value proposition of IoT and driving the cost justification for connected devices in manufacturing. So remote monitoring via connected devices will deliver further uptime benefits by requiring fewer service calls, less machine idle time, while waiting for an on-site tech to appear. You just hook into some service center somewhere and get connected to the expert, and he'll send you an email with what to do. Magic. So, the industrial internet will have a major impact in the coming years. We at ARC expect remote monitoring to be the low-hanging fruit of IoT, which makes asset performance management all the more important to us. The technologies are available today. Some solutions are already being used in industry, and we're going to hear about that today. But lacking a broad recognition of what's possible is one of the things that's holding us back. This is what slide portrays what we see as some of the benefits of connected products. And I also want to point out that I believe that those here at this event, as well as these in this room, are all in a unique position because we represent the industry that will develop the sensors and the architecture that will serve as the backbone of IoT. And in my humble opinion, the pie is big enough for everyone to get a slice. So you need to participate in the development process in order to reap the benefits from the other side. But it isn't all rosy. We have some challenges around the industrial Internet of Things, and getting there is going to be a challenge, continue to be. And the biggest one, obviously, is going to be cybersecurity, that we really have to tackle that and be good at it and in order to be successful. It is the biggest risk. Culture will be a big one, too, because it's changing the way that we've done business for years. We are on the cusp of these of a sea change, but we must overcome these challenges.